Welcome everyone. Okay, this is a special reading, and this is all about the reset of this planet. Okay, a lot of people are not aware of this. I recognize that I recognize that people on this planet is just not awakened. Everyone seems to be sleeping. All right, so the reset is going to be coming up. It's a cosmic reset. When this reset happens like every hundred and something years or 1,000 years. This is the reason why I never really gave for the prediction for this year because of the reset. Because a lot of people, is just not aware of what is going on. Okay, we live on a planet that is not round, and it's not also that it is flat. It is a planet where there is a couple over the planet. Okay, so um, a lot of people have been saying that we live on a flat planet. All right, it's as if we live in a glass jar. Okay, so it's amazing to find out that a lot of people are not aware of what of the whole universe, the whole thing of how the universe upset and what is exactly going on. Okay, so on the 3rd of June, 369. How do I get 369? June 3rd, so 3, which most countries in the world use as date, 3. The 6 is the month. The 9 is 2025. So that is 2 for 20. 25 is 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. So we are in the year of the reset of the planet. And a lot of people goes around and I have no idea. I think that most people, this planet is a planet of walking deads. Okay. Um, there's people who are, they have no awareness. They get up, they live, they have kids, they get married, and they work, and that's all about it. But they have no sense of what exactly is happening around them. And with this reset, there is going to be a lot that is going to be changing, and all of these resets shows up from June last year because the frequency and energy of the planet changes. Okay, what we have to understand is that nothing stays the same. Okay, things change. And what happened is that this planet has to be ascended. Okay, and when we say ascended, is that um, people have to balance their masculine and feminine. People have to come out of the 3 dimension and go into the 4th and 5th dimension. Some people, a third of the planet is already in the 5th dimension, a third of the planet. So that is not much. All right, a third. Okay. Um, they had thought that 2/3 of the planet would have gone into the 5th dimension, but it's only a third of the planet. Now, what happened last year and from 2012 was when just everything, because if you recognize, Pluto is in Capricorn since 2028. That was when the huge market crash. Okay. Pluto has in Capricorn for how many years? Okay. Pluto just came out of Capricorn, a couple months ago. And Pluto has moved into Aquarius. And we're living in the Aquarius time because we're out of the Pisces time and we're living in the Aquarius time. What does this mean for you as a person? Whether or not you're awake, whether or not you know what is going on, it's about the pureness of your heart. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how much money you have, if you have a big car, a big house, or that sort of a thing. It's not going to be helping. It has to do with who you are as a person. It has to do with the pureness of your heart. Okay. And as we, as yeah, humans, species, because there's different species that live on this planet, that we accelerate our frequency and energy. Okay. So for a lot of you light workers that is watching me, and I know a lot of you was waiting for this message, um where I have been the last month in a hermit mode. Okay, I have to cleanse my energy from people. So when we are all in hermit mode, and when we reach that point in our lives to go in hermit mode, a lot of people go in hermit mode when they have gone through trauma. Okay, and for mine, the last year, 2 years was traumatic for me, and I think it has to do with just recognizing that people are just evil. People are very evil. Okay. And a lot of people are wondering why is a lot of stuff is happening to me. Is because the reset is coming up. We have 3 days. Today is 31st of May. We have 3 days. It's time to start thinking, people. Okay. It is time to start thinking where you are at this present moment in your life. What have you made of your life? Okay. um a lot of people, tends to have hate and regrets and that sort of a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't help. Hate and regrets doesn't help you. Okay. It's because of the decisions that you make in life. Basically, you are the one who make the decision in life. So it's, I've been, actually, this is like my 10th year on YouTube, and I have been explaining what it is. Okay, what is going to be coming up from 2012. Okay, I have been really, really explaining to a lot of people that, who you are as a person. You have to reprogram yourself as a person. Okay. You have to learn about the mindset that you have. If you always constantly thinking negative, then you will attract negative things in your life. And a lot of people do not understand that. If you expect something not to turn out for you, that's exactly what is going to be happening. Our thoughts are what elevate who you are as a person and your frequency and energy. Okay, so like a lot of people that, why don't you just, come hang out, do this? And I'm like, no, I just don't feel it. I just don't, and as I was saying to a lot of you, because a lot of you, I wasn't online for Christmas because I know you guys was waiting for the prediction of the year. And I think I cannot do the predictions because all the signs are here, or the signs are coming up. And the thing about it is that a lot of people don't see the sign. There are 5 countries on this planet that you need to look at when things start to change. Okay. It's America, it's Canada, it's Germany, it's Switzerland, and Australia. All right. So all of these countries follow a certain pattern. Okay. And if you are recognizing since the elections in America, that's when things started changing. As we got down from June into November, October, November, December, you could recognize, because in America there was just sightings of UFOs, and and it was mostly around Jersey. And if you're an American, or you have lived in America, or you grew up in America, or that sort of a thing, you will understand the reason why the Jersey, New Jersey, because it's the state, it's the state, the flower state. New Jersey is a very important energy point on this planet. Okay, I always advise a lot of you to go listen to Dr. Gree. he was a doctor, and then he becomes a scientist or a UFO researcher. Okay, there is just so many of them out there. Not all of them are communicating the same things, because different people are different things. Okay, we have the Hurtlings, who was born on this planet, don't know anything, has no genetic alignment from soul seeds or indigo kids or crystal kids, name it, because there's so much of us on this planet that is helping to accelerate this planet, okay, in order to help this planet to um, ascend, okay. um yeah, there is just so much is going on at this moment on this planet, but the most and the biggest one, it is with P Daddy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I get so my stomach turtle, and a lot of people keep on questioning how could he has gone so long doing what he was doing and nobody really step in. But the thing about it is that um, you have to, because this planet is a planet of free will, you have to basically give uh, people the free will in order to really find out and see the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to, seriously, you are about to really, really be awakened. So all the people who have been knowing that they're spiritual and don't want to choose their part, know that they're here for a reason, don't want to choose their part and that sort of a thing, after June 3rd of June, you have to really, because you're going to be awakened, okay, whether or not you want to be awakened or not. So um there are a couple pointers that I have to give, and especially to light workers, because a lot of you light workers, you have it in your DNA, but I think a lot of you still forget it. And mine, I've always had it in the back of my head, because I started telling people in my book from 2012 that there is going to be coming a reset. Okay, basically, I was telling people to simplify their lives, making changes in their lives, understanding how to balance the spiritual and the mundane world, because that's the only way you are going to be really ascending with the planet, if you choose to ascend with the planet, because some people are going to be choosing not to ascend with the planet and they're going to be left here. Okay. I got a question. The question was, are Earthling or can Earthling ascend with the planet? Yes, Earthlings can ascend with the planet. Who I call Earthlings is people who were born on this planet. They have no star seeds. They have no DNA straws from another solar system. So you were just born on this planet. This is the only place you know. And most of these people are always witches. Okay. All right. What we're seeing also coming up is that warlocks is going to be losing their frequency and energy, their gifts. There, a lot of warlocks on this planet is going to be losing their power. Okay. The planet is ascending now. The planet is rebirthing. Okay, we can call it rebirth or we can call it ascending, because there has to be a reset. Okay, so Gaia hurt, Mother hurt, and Father hurt. They are in this process recycling this, and what is going to be happening is that the hurt is going to split off, and people who ascend is going to be on one half, and people who do not want to be ascend is going to be left on this planet. Okay, because this planet is a free will, we cannot activate everyone, but I can tell you the ones that is going to be living on this planet, it's going to be even worse than it is now. Okay, it is the worst this planet has ever been. A lot of light workers wanted me to touch on what is going to be happening to you guys, and because light workers are, there are 144,000 people that came here from different solar system to help this planet to ascend, because we have higher frequency and knowledge. And that is the reason a lot of us are awakened, a lot of us are aware, a lot of us know what we came to this planet to do. A lot of light workers, you're asking about your twin flame, your soulmates, what is going to be happening to them if they don't decide to ascend. We have to leave them behind, okay? Because of this planet is a planet of free will. We cannot make a decision for another person. So you have to make the decision for yourself. You have to choose what decision is better for me. Is it a decision where I have to make a choice? You have to make a choice for yourself. You can't choose for your kids. You can't choose for your parents. The choice is for who you are as a person. All right, so this is going to be a time of huge changes that is going to be coming up on this planet. And I mean, like, huge changes, because if a lot of people are watching and looking at what is going on in America, um, it's a lot of people can see that it is really, there is just huge changes, massive, massive changes. Okay. If you look at the political laws and system of this world, there is just massive, massive changes. So who are we? Especially star seeds. Star seeds can, and if you wish, and if it's time, and you want to ask um, your soul family. A lot of you star seeds can visit your soul family within the sleep time, the dream time. Okay. A lot of you star seeds are basically alone on your own, because a lot of you star seed know that you have to be alone in order to work on really helping the rest to do the assimilation for this planet to ascend. What is going on now in the Antarctic? I don't know. I really don't know. The thing about it is that Tesla, and I can't explain everything to everyone, but when Tesla died, he died in a hotel, and all of his research works, they had asked Trump uncle, and Trump uncle, when he died or passed away or whatever, gave Trump the information and data of what Tesla was researching. If you guys know who is Tesla, okay. He was one of the most brilliant scientists ever. He was not human. He came here to teach human about energy, okay, free energy. So when he died, and he was the one who comes up, and if a lot of you understand what is life and what is life about, and the tree of life and the symbol of the tree of life, it's always 3, 6, and 9. Okay. So Nicholas Tesla, which was a scientist, he brought this information from his planetary system, which is not Earth, because not of all of us is Earthling. And especially the 144,000, it's not all of us. And I'm getting a question that someone is asking, what is going to do? Are they going to be hunting us down? No, they can't. Okay. It is behind, above the law, the universal laws. And yeah, I know they break the universal law, but there are certain things that cannot be override. Okay. So they are aware of what we're here to do. And once we keep up their ways, and once we don't get and intervene, and we keep out of their ways, okay. But what I'm saying is that just to show you how humans are, and I don't think that all the people that is going to the North Pole and I'm going to explain something to you. If you look at what they're finding at the North Pole, humanity was not supposed to find this. Okay, so you really see that a restart of this cosmic, the cosmic is going to be restart. Okay, there's a cosmic restart, and you have 3 days to prepare for this. Okay, how is going to be coming in different forms, because we are all humanity on this planet, and you are going to be feeling it. Each and every person on this planet that vibrates on a frequency and an energy, you're going to be feeling it. And then afterwards, you're going to be seeing the changes and things that is going to be happening in your life. Okay, so I'm sure that there are other videos that you can find in order for people to get a lot of details of what is going to be happening. How is it going to be affecting you as a person? How is going to be this is going to be affecting even the children. And a lot of you need to keep a date of the children that is born, that is going to be born on the 3rd of June 2025, this year. All those children that is going to be born on that day is going to be born with different DNA strands, and all of them are coming in order to help humanity. Check this. Okay, so where we are all, what what is all happening at this time is that a lot of people who got stuck in situation, and on that reset, that day of reset, whoever is under the influence of negative energy and that sort of a thing, it's going to be returning to the person who thought of sending it to you. The person who did it, it's going to return to that person. Okay, or it's going to be returning to their families. If you understand that people always said that the evil of your parents or your foreparents, you're the one who collects this. Okay, a lot of you, especially the golden children of family, the golden child of family, you feel this shift is coming up. Okay, you all feel this shift. Light worker feel the shift. Everyone feel the shift, but have no idea. It is going to be the cosmic reset. Okay, so this cosmic reset is going to be aligning a lot of things, but it's going to be releasing and opening up information, like information that was kept from humanity, that sort of a thing. People are going to be starting to go out there and is going to protest. It doesn't make any sense to protest. Okay, depends on which country and what country you live in. You can just do a petition. A petition is something that you are written documents where you send it to multiple people, so multiple people can sign it, and then you send it into your governments. Okay, so it doesn't really, you know, I, I've always looked at people who goes out to protest against something, and I'm thinking that's not really helping. Okay, you can protest, people can take it on television, people can show it up, but it doesn't really help. Okay, now we have the internet, so we can connect with people, which is much faster and much better. So do a petition and then send it to multiple people, and multiple people will send it on, because I think I got also a petition about something, and I think it was a WhatsApp, and then I send it on to different people. So do the petition, and don't go out there, because then you are going to be getting caught up in this old thing. The other thing that I'm going to say, and I don't know if a lot of you are aware of what they have found over the ice wall. Okay, I don't know if some of you know that there is a ice wall. Yes, there's an ice wall. I don't know if some of you know that there are in the oceans, there are UFO. Why UFO is always coming out of the ocean is because there's a different civilization that is living in the oceans. I just ask you people, just please go and educate yourselves. There are other civilization on this planet. Okay. So going back to the ice wall, there is an ice wall. The ice wall is yeah, where humanity is blocked of going and the ice is melting, and a lot of things are now being exposed. My thing is that why sometimes there are things that you need to leave alone, okay? And as you recognize that they have gone in the pyramids, and a lot of people are not even aware, because a lot of people are just focusing on the everyday civilization, or how I get through the day, how I get to the month, how I get to the year. But there is so much things that is being activated at this planet at this time, and that was showing a lot that the cosmic recheck was coming up. Now, you see what happened when they investigate the pyramids, and a lot of people are now starting to question a lot of things about humanity and about governments and the rest of it. But you got to know that this is a planet where other um, civilization was. Okay, this is a planet that had other civilization on this planet, and for a lot of you, it's going to be very questionable. Yes, but we thought that Earth, yes, but there was other civilization. I just need a lot of you to go and Google what is over the ice wall, okay? Because a lot is coming out, ladies and gentlemen, and trust me, you are going to be very surprised. They're all videos, all on YouTube, that is showing the scientists that has gone over to the ice wall, and all these things where they are now starting questioning what they were told. Okay, so it is on YouTube. Just yeah, the ice wall, Antarctica. If you Google ice wall, Antarctica, you start to see what was under the ice. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a reason why it was frozen and it was left there. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, people just always wants to. But this is going to be causing humanity a lot of questioning what we were told, okay? Because what we were told wasn't really the truth, okay? And if you're just someone that take everything with a grain of salt, or you want to see evidence, there is evidence. Just Google the ice wall, Antarctica, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. But in the other sense, I know what is going to be coming out behind that. Okay, because all of these people who went there are different energies, there are different things that is there. You take it back with you. Okay, there are things that was not supposed to be affected, and they were all there, just making photos. And what people don't understand, making photos, I hate doing photos. I told you guys before that I never wanted to come on camera when I began this, because if you go back to all my videos when I began this 10 years ago, I never ever wanted to go on camera, because even when someone take my picture, I just think that a piece of my soul is taken away. So I don't like it. So I always protect myself. Like when I'm on cameras, I always protect myself. And I see a lot of YouTubers out there, they don't protect themselves because they're not there for the right reasons. They're just there because everyone is doing tarot reading and that sort of a thing, but they're not there for the right purposes, because most of them are just there to make money. And I should say, if you're a long YouTuber, my Gregory Scott. I don't know if you guys know who Gregory Scott is. He was one of YouTube first. He has passed away. I remember he was the one who advised me to go do my YouTube channel. He was an amazing YouTuber. He was, I think he's either British or Scotland. Where was he living? And I remember I was so amazed the first time I saw him. I was like 10, 12 years ago. And I thought, okay, let me check this out. And I had a call. In the time it was called, because video calls and that sort of a thing. I was the one who started with doing video calls. You can book a video calls and that sort of a thing, and then everybody just took it over. And I remember having my first session with Gregory Scott. I will never forget. It was amazing. Um, because I was questioning a lot of stuff about me. And he said, you need to get your YouTube channel going. And, my condolence to his family. And because he had gotten big, because he had set up a whole network that people were working for him. So to all the people who has ever have a consultation with Gregory Scott, he was like one of the greatest YouTubers, tarot reading, spiritual person, apart from Dolores Canal, that has ever walked on this face on this planet. And I have the connection to had a connection with him, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful thing. And I remember he said to me, you go start your YouTube channel, because that's where you need to be. And I remember like a couple months afterwards, I start doing my YouTube channel. So we lost him before the shift. So to all of the rest of the YouTube channel that, Gregory, he was just an absolutely, he was smart. He did astrologue. When he saw my birth chart, he was like, whoa, you got to do a YouTube channel. Where I had no idea to do a YouTube channel, because I knew I was supposed to write books. And that was when I started. He said, you got to do a YouTube channel, you got to write the books, and you got to keep on writing the books. And because he knew who I was. So we have lost one of the most greatest, because I was just so surprised when I heard the death of Gregory Scott. So to all other YouTubers and that sort of a thing, Gregory has left us, for the people who knew. And here we got 3 shots. Oh my God. So yeah, he was one of the greatest. So, all of these people have left us and gone before. We are here for a very long time, because we have to make the shift. We have to make the shift for and help humanity to cross over. And I know a lot of you light workers, and a lot of people are going through, it's like everything is shedding. And yes, it's because there is a cosmic reset on the 3rd of June 2025. If you guys want to know what that is all about, it's about manifestation, it's about transition. It's 3, 6, and 9. Okay. And when this restart happened, so I didn't want to like let a lot of people surprise a lot of people or that sort of a thing, because I have to be in meditation. I have to like cleanse my energy whenever I'm supposed to do all of these. So I can't be in like connection with people and that sort of a thing. I can't eat meat, because it's like you have to basically like cleanse your energy. And the thing about it is that, as you guys know, a lot of you knows, I fell, and I broke my collarbone and my hand, my left hand, and I had metal in it. And I was in America, and I was feeling it, and I went through the machine. And I remember this guy said, what happened to you? Oh my God. And I could feel the changes and the transition in my body. I was more I was feeling more energies, and like when I touched my car, I could feel the energy going through my body. I was like, no. And then when I came back home, they planned my surgery, but I had to push my surgery. So a lot of you, because I was doing under the cards and then I start doing the weekly reading, is because I can't my end. So I'm not really back for the weekly readings, but because I know the change is coming in, I can't give out my energies to people. I have to, like, basically a free radical and block certain people and situations out of my life. Okay. So a lot of you are going to be finding that you're blocking things and people. A lot of you are not open to certain things and people that you were open to. It's as if you recognize that, some people are not recognizing who they are. And a lot of us have to leave a lot of people who we love behind, because they're not awakening. And if you hold on to someone or people, because it's free will, you have to let people recognize and wake up at their own pace and their own times. Okay. um and this shift, i I don't know if a lot of people don't follow what is going on, because they're having this puff daddy situation at this moment, because there's no way that this bloody idiot, because god damn it, the man is, he's ugly, and his characteristic is so ugly, and it's really questionable with Cassie. um um and things that is coming out, then you're wondering, Jesus Christ, this man is a beast. He's evil to the core. But this is going on because they want you to differ from what exactly is going on at this moment on this planet. Okay. So if you notice, there's always things that are happening in the world, but behind that, because they're trying to defraud for people from really seeing what is truly happening behind the scenes. Okay. So if you recognize, we were not supposed to go over the ice wall. A lot of people didn't even know that the ice wall was on planet Earth. Yes, the ice wall is on planet Earth. A lot of people did not know that they're underground cities. Yes, they're underground cities. These underground cities was built by, some of it was built by civilization before, this civilization now. Okay. And that is the reason why I don't believe in the cycle of we were all apes and then we become, it's BS. That's not true. Okay. And these underground cities was all built, and especially a lot of underground cities, if you are a mason, if you're connected to, they had all have these underground cities to help to release and free the slaves. Okay. And this is what I said to a lot of people, because I don't know, I think people are a little bit off. Instead of you go creating all of these chaos, these covenant, these people, because even these covenant, yeah, why you have a covenant, why you have to be connected to a group. And we're not talking about the Maces, because the eight Maces are one of the oldest. They have the secrecy of this planet. Who we're talking about is these crazy ass people that has been profiting from other people, and just really, but they have their things to do also. So um I I had a conversation today, and my cousin said to you, oh my god, you're such the sweetest, warmest person, and you have gone through so much, you just don't deserve it. And I told her, it's my cross to bear. I came here to help humanity. And she said, yes, but you don't have to take on everything. And it's not taking on everything, because I'm someone that I cut you off very quickly. Okay. When I see two people BS, I cut you off very quickly. Okay. There's no person that can say that, where, whatever. No. I see your bullshit and I cut you off. And that's what I'm recognizing ever since my birthday. But it's like ever since last year, I just cut. Okay. My communication is just direct. It's like I can't make it soft anymore. And a lot of you, especially, and if you are divine or if you're spiritual, you're going to be recognizing that. You just cut. Okay. So the reason why I'm helping you to understand what is going to be happening after June 3 is because it's very important. And a lot of you might feel it in your shift, your energy, depression, blah, blah, blah. But it's going to be coming out in other forms. You're really going to be seeing the glitch in the matrix. Okay. So let's give you one example. Elon Musk and Donald Trump. You see how they separate. Okay. Because it's like being with someone who likes to be good. But if someone, and a lot of light workers, leave your message below this video. If you are connected to someone and you can feel that person energy, you know that person, you know what they're going to be coming with, but you have to clear some sort of a karma with them. And we as light workers, only important people in the solar system, especially twin flame, soul flame, um, your star seed that you came to collect. Those are like basically the only people that we work with as star seed. And what I recognized, like, yeah, last year, I just recognized I just couldn't deal with. Um, I have no time like to make things softer. I was just like, no, 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 no. Okay. And I'm always the one that is always, okay, I'll do it. Or I always put other people before me. And then I just have this thing. No, no, no bullshit. I don't have any time for that. And it's because within my energy, and if a lot of you notice what was happening with my fall, because if you notice, it has to do with 333. Okay. And I'm a 33.6. So we carry the information and we know when certain things is going to be happening on this planet. So if you notice, the two people, they have now separated. Okay. But there is just so much that is going on. And it's like the whole world is looking at this daddy tribe. But you should understand that it's a huge thing, because number one is someone that a lot of people look up to, and that is how I know. um I just never liked his music. Just nothing. I can't stand him, and there are two other people that I just don't listen to their music seriously. And so I wasn't surprised, and I was aware of this because my best friend, I was on the telephone the other night. I was sick. And so I fell asleep, so I called him, and he was telling me, he said, "Hey, do you remember so and so, so and so?" Because I remember when I was young, I was invited to a party, and I remember I said, my cousin said to me, "No, you're not going to a party." And I said, "Why?" I said, "No, you're not going to the party. Don't go to the party." And then my best friend, he was like, "Didn't you know that so?" I was like, "Really?" He said, I was, oh my God. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There are trigger warnings. We call them trigger warnings, okay? We know that there are certain people in certain situation that we're not supposed to get involved with. Okay, you as a person, and for a lot of people, your telepathy is going to be stronger and stronger. Okay, and don't let people tell you you're crazy. Don't tell people that you're idea, whatever it is happening. But I need to tell you people that there's a huge and a bigger scale of P Daddy that is also going on onto this planet. Okay, and I just think um, there's a lot of people. You have empathic people. That's what we call the giver and the taker. So there are some people who are the giver because they're empathic, and there are some people that is the taker. What we're recognizing is that a lot of um, light workers is that our soul family, whether it's soul flame, twin flame, they have a dark energies. Okay, so light workers, you're going to be recognizing that because you carry pure light, you're going to be having all of these dark energies, entity, and that sort of a thing that is connecting to you. And what is also good to understand is that um a lot, because I'm getting a lot of messages, yeah, but our twin flame soul flames, or weren't we supposed to save them? The only person you can save is yourself. We cannot save our twin flame and soulmate because this is a planet of free will. And because this is a planet of free will, it is not us to intervene to make changes for another person. If we advise another person, if they know through their dream time to the connection of the spirit world and their spirit, but they want to make the choices that they want to make, we cannot help them. All we have to do is love them and know that we will see them in another lifetime, but we cannot make changes for these people. Okay, all right. And I can give you a fine example. One of the examples are, with your kids. That is another thing. What you need to understand is that we are the vessels, especially women, light workers, men, you are just so on. And a lot of you light workers are also asking me about the exchange of the frequency of energies that divine masculine and divine feminine is supposed to come together in order to accelerate the frequency and energy of this planet. And yes, um, what is going to be happening is that if you're divine masculine or feminine, don't decide to connect with the divine connection, you can let them go. Okay, and they will feel the frequency and energy of you letting them go. And once you let them go, they will recognize, and because they lose the connection. Okay, it's the erected cord. We can cut the erected cord between our divine masculines and feminine. Okay, and once you cut the erected cord between our divine masculine and feminine, and they recognize, hey, this what I have or this around me is not working, they will find their way back. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to just love that person because it's the other half of you, and that they're your divine masculine and feminine. But you have made the choice that if you do not make the choice, I'm not waiting for you, I'm not holding on, I'm not going to save you. Okay, you got to be the one to save yourself. So um and that is the frequency why they say twin flames, because they mirror. Twin flames mirror each other. Okay, so if you recognize that someone is placing a mirror in front of you and is showing you up, that is a twin flame or a soulmate. Okay, and you cannot make changes for these people. These people have to make their own changes. Okay, and all you have to do is just love them from afar. Okay, you will never hate them. You cannot hate them, so you will never have the feeling of hate, but you just love them from afar because you have made your choices and you have chosen the green pill. Okay, you chose to do the right thing. So it's, and a lot of you are asking, yeah, so while we got, how are we going to ascend? You will ascend because you have pure art and you were here for a reason, to help humanity. So you will ascend. Okay. I got so many questions the last time. um all right, so I need to touch on the part of sex demons. Okay, so a lot of people are asking, okay, so people who sleeps around with a lot of people, they have a sex demons on them. How do they get the sex demon? The sex demons is transformed from one person to another. Okay. And with the sex demons, they can have sexually transmitted disease. Okay. What happened is that the sex demons have a urge. They have to have attention, their attention deposit. Okay. And what is happening to a lot of people, because a lot of men keep on asking me this question, they recognize that they're financially drained. Men who have multiple partners are always financial drain. Men who have sex demon and have the Jezebel spirit, they're always financial drain. Okay, the only ones are the ones that are gigolos. Okay, who is a gigolo? A gigolo is a man that think that a woman should financially support him. A gigolo can be bisexual. A gigolo will go with men or woman in order to get financial, in order to get money. Okay, so that's a gigolo. Okay, we're not here to judge. Yeah, we're not here to judge, but anyway, that's a gigolo. And you know what's a prostitute? I don't have to explain that. But the thing about it is that these people carries, because someone who sleeps around a lot, they collect a whole lot of energies. We are all energies, ladies and gentlemen. And when you understand, so if someone sleep around, okay, and this is why I say to a lot of people, and like I will have conversation with people, and I asked them, and I had a conversation with a woman a very long time ago. I was a Dutch woman, and she said, I love sex, so it is a part, and I choose to. That is a work I choose to do, and I really, I met her at a party, and I had this extreme deep conversation. And there are people on this planet that was meant to do that. Okay. And you, as a person, you can't change a person. But all I've always said to people is that you need to tell, whenever you're getting in a relationship and getting in connection, you need to tell a person who you are. Okay. And that is the reason why a lot of people ask you, why don't you want a relationship? No, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to have a connection with another person. And the reason why is that I think um I, people are just really blatant dishonest people, honestly. And um I I'm now focusing. It's like, I just think that if you, 45, 50, you never marry. There's no reason to get married anymore. Okay. And I am very, very picky. I'm a very, very picky person. And for, I can give you examples that once you love yourself enough to not taking on somebody else's bullshit, then you're free. You're free. You're basically free. You recognize that, hey, I love myself alone. I'm always busy. I always have find times to do things. I am not going to be taking on someone else's bullshit or someone else's stress, because it's not mine. Okay. And a lot of people choose to be in a relationship because they can't be alone. That is why a lot of people go into relationships, but still they're in relationships, but still they're cheating outside of their relationship, because they choose to be with someone because that person is financially stable, and the other person is not. So they will use you to feed the other person. And no, fuck you. Sorry. Not doing that, go. And this is why I said, I don't miss anything. I have very good friends who are loyal. I loyalty is very, very, very important in a relationship and a connection. And relationships are all going to be changing, connections are all going to be changing. A lot of people, as of the 3rd of June, is going to be feeling the shift in you as a person and in this planet. Okay, so I know all of my peeps, all of my long peeps, and what you guys can do, especially people who are subscription of my channel, because a lot of people do not know that. But I have 3 subscription, light, medium, and extras. So I think I'm going to be doing for the VIPs. The VIPs are going to be getting an extension of this cosmic shift. So expect changes in government, expect weather changes, expect there are just going to be, and whatever is coming up now, because there is going to be coming up with another virus. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. You got to think, you got to reprogram yourself. Okay. There's a lot of fear that is happening, and people, but it's you as a person, it's an individual. A lot of people are seeing glitch in the matrix. Yeah, we live in a matrix. Okay. But I see both of the matrix. Okay, like some people cannot be plugged from the matrix. Okay. And it's as if this everything is happening in America, and it is going to be shifting to Canada. But what you can see, especially now, there is just so many things that is leaving America, and America could become a third world country. Could. Yep. Okay, so that is what the shift um and the cosmic shift, that is what is happening basically, because you can see it happening. And especially because a lot of people know, and many countries of the world, they are aware that we're not the only civilization on this planet. And with the ice wall, and I want, if you are listening to me, go and Google the ice wall. What is over the ice wall? Go Google, go to YouTube, type in the ice wall. You want to see like what the scientists, because there's a whole lot of scientists is now over the ice wall. Okay. And it's absolutely, they're amazing, beautiful things, different civilization. And that is it, because the Maya calendar told us the Peru, it's all in Mexico. I mean, the same things they're finding over the ice wall. There was other civilization, and there are other civilization on this planet, ladies and gentlemen. We are not alone. The other things that is going to be coming in, because they're going to be forcing things on us, basically. Okay. And it's just to have a thought of understanding and knowing exactly, I mean, what is happening. Is about educating yourself. It's about really trying to figure out what is the changes that is coming up, because a lot of you are going to be feeling the shift on this planet. Okay. And you're just sideways, with this thing in this this thing with daddy. But a lot of you are side, it's like they're sideboarding you to look at something else, but there's something bigger that is going on at this moment. Okay. So um when and think about every time there's these big public cases. There was OJ Simpson. There was sorry, there's so much that was going on. It's like you are taken away from something because something else is happening. You got to understand. Look at 9/11. It was the same thing that happened. We were taken away from what is happening, and now you're seeing what is happening. So More of these cases are going to be coming out. There is just so much things that is going to be happening, but I want a lot of you to start questioning yourself, questioning society, questioning humanity. Go check out what is going on beyond the ice wall, and go check out the Antarctica, because there's a lot of scientists that is there now. They're taking videos, they're taking pictures. It's just all on YouTube. It's all over the place to find wherever, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever. Okay, it is all over the place. So go and check that out for yourself. But there is going to be coming up this cosmic reset on the 6th of June. And check out how you feel after this video, and check out for these 3 days what is going to be happening in your life until you reach the 3rd of June. Wake up that morning and kind of smell the coffee. Take time, whether you drink coffee or tea, but have a minute for yourself, just in the presence of yourself, and see how you feel the evening of the 6th, because there is just going to be so much different. Check out my week readings. I didn't really give it there because I didn't want it to spoil this reading, but there is going to be a lot of shift in you yourself as a person. A lot of people are going to be starting to understand. A lot of people who are going to be leaving their divine masculine or feminine behind, because you recognize that this person, on not until they are awakened to who they are, okay, um they're not going to be understanding what is going to be going on. Okay, so I hope that this helped. Please share this, share this, share this, because it's coming up. Namaste.